All right, good afternoon and welcome to Circle of Prayer on Wednesday, June 26th, 2024. And my name is Roxy Angel Superstar, and I am a licensed practitioner at Center of the Heart. And I'm going to uh, anchor us in prayer and before I turn it over to our host, Brian Bailey. So let's let Shar sit down. Wonderful to have you, dear. Okay, so this is what I know. God's radiance is ever present, ever burrowing deeper in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls. I am one with this great spirit. We are all one with this divine activity of God moving and breathing us and pulsing with our heartbeats. We are filled with the radiance light, the grace and the might of God with every passing moment. In this here and now, we are to gather to lift up center of the heart in prayer and all the moving parts that create that entity known as center of the heart. And I know that God's protection, God's light, God's grace, and God's support is with us. And so I know that just like God is with Center of the Heart, God is with Brian Bailey, our capable and ever inspired host of Circle of Prayer. And we come together for this holy instant, this never again to happen moment, to just be in fellowship and in the divine grace and peace that is our birthright. So I'm so grateful for this time. I'm so grateful for these people gathered here. I'm so grateful for the Spirit of God that flows and knows and shows us in each and passing moment that we are the beloved, beloved in our just by our beingness. We don't have to do one iota of anything because we are just blessed in this moment. And so it is with gladness that I surrender these words into the keeping of the Most High to be made manifest, to spread its light, to spread its beingness within each kernel of us. And so I let go and let God. I let go and let it be. And we say together, and so it
So it
is.
is.
So, all right, take it away, Brian.
Okay. Welcome. Hi, Shar.
Hi.
Let me get my presentation up. Well, keeping with our theme from last week, I have another story about love. Hope that's okay. A love between a man and an extraordinary woman. This is a love story between a man and the Queen of Fairy. Last week, we talked about love between Odysseus and Calypso from the Odyssey. Let me move your pretty faces over here so I can advance. And again, this is how we started last week, talking about why stories are important. And in keeping with our theme from last week, here's what we got: another story between a man and a woman. Why do we talk about this? What's this? Why are we talking about love stories at a church? Because love is the most important thing in the world. This is the blood that keeps us all together and binds us as one with God. So let's talk about this story, which is a story about Thomas the Rhymer. And it's a very old story about the romance between Thomas and the Queen of Fairy. Generally accepted that Thomas the Rhymer lived in the 13th century and was an actual person. In literature, the original romance was probably from around 1400 and was probably condensed into ballad form in 1700, although that's not certain. The most quoted source for the story is Child Ballad 37, which is in itself a collection of over 300 ballads from England and Scotland and their American variants, anthologized by Francis James Child, ergo Child Ballads, during the second half of the 19th century. The legend is that Thomas encountered the Queen of Faery, or Elfland, on Huntley Bank, the slope of the Eildon Hills. Tempting Thomas to kiss her, the Queen then entices Thomas to follow her to Faery. Thomas stays in Faery for 7 years, and on his return, he finds that he has a tongue that cannot lie, cannot tell a lie. Well, guess who took that theme and ran with it? Jim Carrey made a movie called Liar, Liar. Okay, I can tell at least one set of smiles that someone else has seen that movie. Writers of the 1997 Liar, Liar took the theme of Thomas's inability to lie and created a comedy directed by Tom Shadyac and written by Paul Gay and Steve Absurde. It stars Jim Carrey, my favorite, as a lawyer who builds his entire career on lying, but finds himself cursed to speak only the truth for a single day, during which he struggles to maintain his career and to reconcile with his ex-wife and son, whom he's alienated, oh, guess what, with his pathological lying. I enjoyed it along with every movie that features Jim Carrey. By the way, how do you tell when a lawyer is lying? I can't hear, you're muted.
When his mouth is open.
Exactly, when his lips are moving. Sir Walter Scott took these poems and made them more popular after about 1900. And he wrote 3 of them. And I'm going to read the first one because that deals with this theme of love more so than the last 2. Let's see what I have to say about this. So we talk about it later. So let me just read this. Now, keep in mind, this is sort of translated from Old Scottish. So you're going to hear some words that don't quite perhaps make sense to your ears, and I'm going to pretend I speak Scottish and try and get some of the cadence right. Okay, the Ballad of Thomas the Rhymer by Sir Walter Scott, and this is the first part. True Thomas lay on Huntley Bank, a fairly he speed with his ee, and there he saw a lady bright come riding down by the Eildon tree. Her shirt was the grass green silk, her mantle the velvet fine, and eke at head of her horse's mane hang 50 silver bells and 9. True Thomas, he pulled off his cap and louted low down to his knee. All hail thy mighty Queen of Heaven, for thy pure on earth I never did see. Oh no, Thomas, she said, that name does not belong to me. I am but the Queen of fair Elfland, that am hither come to visit thee. Harp and carp, Thomas, she said, harp and carp along with me, and if ye dare kiss my lips, sure of your buddy I will be. Betide me will, betide me woe, that weird shall never daunt in me. Sign he kissed her rosy lips, all underneath the Eildon tree. Now ye maun go with me, she said, to Thomas, ye maun go with me, and ye maun serve me 7 years through weal or woe as chance may be. She mounted on her milk-white steed, she tied True Thomas up behind, and I, when near her bridle rung, the steed flew swifter than the wind. They rade on and further on, the steed guided swifter than the wind, until they reached the desert wide, and living land was left behind. Light down now, True Thomas, and lean your head upon my knee. Abide and rest a little space, and I will shew you fairlies 3. Oh, see ye not yon narrow road, so thick beset with thorns and briars? That is a path of righteousness, though after it but few inquires. And see ye not that braid road that lies across to Lily Leven, That is the path of wickedness, though some call it the road to heaven. And see not ye that bonny road that winds about the ferny brae? That is the road to fair Elfland, where thou and I this night may gae. But Thomas, ye man, hold your tongue, whatever ye may hear or see. For if ye speak word in Elfland, you'll ne'er go back to your ain country. On they rade, on and farther on, and they waded through the rivers of Bone the Knee, and they saw neither sun nor moon, but they heard the roaring of the sea. It was mirk night, and there was nigh stern light, and they waded through red blood to their knee. For the blood that shed on earth rins through the springs of that country. Seeing they came on to Garden Green, and she put an apple frae a tree. Take this for thy wages, True Thomas, it will give the tongue that can never lie. My tongue is mine, and True Thomas said, a goodly gift ye wot give to me, I neither doubt to buy nor sell, at fair or tryst, where I may be. I doubt neither speak to prince or peer, nor ask of grace from lady fair. Now hold thy peace, the lady said, for as I say, it must it be. He had gotten a cloth of even cloth and a pair of shoes of velvet green, until 7 years were gane and past. True Thomas on earth was never seen. That's the first part. That's all I'm going to read. The second and third parts are, they're different. So why is this story important? Because it's about love of, well, in this case, the semi-divine queen of Faerie. In later stories of Thomas the Rhymer, much is made of his return to the world after spending 7 years in Faerie. It is said that he could not lie after he returned. And some versions also state that he was able to give prophecies. And that's what those Sir Walter Scott's second and third parts of this poem are about, the prophecies, because he prophesied about things that did come to pass in England and Wales. I like the version. Oh, where's my book? There we go. Ellen Kushner's version of Thomas the Rhymer. I read this book probably 30 years ago. Wonderful book about Thomas the Rhymer. I like this version I showed you by Ellen Kushner best, who wrote Thomas the Rhymer primarily as a love story in 1990. This made a much larger impression on me because the original historic ballad features such an extraordinary and lasting image of Thomas sitting on Huntley Bank by the Eildon tree when the most beautiful woman in the world approaches him. She is dressed in a dress of green silk and is riding a white horse whose mane is decorated with silver bells. She offers him a kiss and he cannot resist. The most beautiful woman in the world. Both of their lives are changed forever by this encounter. The love will do that. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for showing us the power of love through stories. And so it is. And we're back.
That is a beautiful picture you had of the Fairy Queen and Thomas.
Yeah.
What was I don't know. I wanted to ask if did he deny the apple or that she tried to give him, or
No, that was the only piece of food he could eat while he was in Faerie.
oh okay.
In Faerie, if you eat anything, you stay there forever.
Oh.
Took him to a place that was outside of Faerie for a bite to eat, but she kept him there for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't speak for 7 years while he was in Faerie, by the way. That's left out.
Wow.
When he came back, all he could do was tell the truth. He couldn't lie anymore about anything. But I love Ellen Kushner's version has him coming back and getting married. And he stays with his wife until the moment he's about to die. And the Queen of Fairy comes and takes him back to Elfland, to Fairy, to spend the rest of, well, fairies live more than 1,000 years. So a lot longer than he would have. He was about to die. So I love that. It was just more of a love story than the regular version.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay, enough about semi-divine women and mortal men and love. But those are fun stories.
Mm-hmm.
Love is so important. So was it God loved the world so much that he gave his only son. Let's have a prayer for Center of the Heart. Divine Spirit, we ask that you provide us with a holistic blessing for all aspects of our center. Bless all things connected with the Center of the Heart, on site, off site, and with us, including but not limited to the following things. 1, the Holy Spiritual Power manifests in our center and within us. 2, the land and the improvements. 3, those who have been on the site before us. 4, all people and beings who visit us. 5, Reverend Miriam Morse, the congregation, practitioners, core council, volunteers, musicians, staff, and tenants. Number 6, our implementation of your divine will. Number 7, and lastly, everything connected with the center in any blessed way that has not been mentioned here. And along with that theme, provide us with all resources required to keep our center in optimal repair and operation and ready to receive your blessings of growth. And in all other blessed areas expressed in our prayers and those that have not been voiced by us, but are desired by you and by us. Let our center be a sanctuary filled with love, service, and devotion. Guide us so that we focus on what is true, helpful, important, necessary, and kind. Divine Spirit, please know that our prayers and requests to you may be unintentionally limited, incomplete, or not properly expressed by us. Know that our heart's intent is for our prayers and requests to be clear, all-encompassing, and without limit or omission. We give thanks for your understanding of our human limitations and completely and properly expressing ourselves to you. Let 2024 be the year that we continue to accomplish the following 4 things and more blessed things. 1, all said this earlier, our significant physical defects and needed maintenance at our center are clearly identified and accounted for in writing. Help us develop an ongoing financial plan for remedying all of them. Provide us with the means to pay for these items as needed without incurring new debt. Give us the financial means and planning skills to remedy all these physical defects and maintenance properly and in an ideal timeline. 2, attendance and activities at our center continue to grow exponentially. Thank you for providing your blessings in this area and for continued expansion this year and beyond. Give us the ability to properly accommodate this growth. 3, our volunteers are always perfectly in tune with the work that is needed at our center and go about the work in a joyous manner. 4, we request that financial resources continue to exceed our center's needs now and in the future. Assist us in finding additional perfect tenants to rent the church for events. And I'm hoping we have news along that line and have other financial opportunities for our center arise. Divine Spirit, bless our congregation. Help us in promoting the growth of your message of love as we gather in your name. Be with us individually and in our groups as we go about your work. Give our congregation perfect understanding of your will, as well as the energy and means to joyfully go about your work. Divine Spirit, bless and protect Reverend Miriam Morse. Keep her pure of intent and filled with your strength and power. Provide her with your guidance, appropriate financial remuneration, the gift of eloquent speech, wisdom, love, strength, vibrant health, focus, and energy. Divine Spirit, bless and protect our practitioners. Help them deliver your blessings in all forms of communication. Provide them with the gift of perfect understanding of your will so that their words are always eloquent, uplifting, and easily received by those they meet. Divine Spirit, bless and protect the energetic core of our center, our core council, aptly named, staff, and volunteers. Provide them with divine inspiration and fulfillment in their lives and in the support of the center. Divine Spirit, bless our musicians and all who support and collaborate with them. Their music brings us closer to you. Have them provide inspired accompaniment to the messages from Reverend Miriam and all other speakers each week. Thank you for the opportunity to be in this special closeness to you through the blessed means of music, song, and dance. Divine Spirit, bless our entire team at our center. Provide our team with the inspiration to be in perfect support of you and each other. Give our team clear understanding and direction as to how to ideally implement your divine will with love, laughter, inspiration, and tremendous success. We are a smooth, successful, ever-growing, blessed machine. So it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that message of love and that prayer. So beautiful.
When I was at UCSB, I studied, it was mainly Irish literature, but we did touch on Thomas the Rhymer, and that's where I even heard about it. I'd never heard that legend.
Your Scottish
Me
was pretty
neither.
good, Brian.
Yes, spot on.
I practiced it with my wife, Terry, and she couldn't stop laughing. But I'm like, I'm doing this the way it was written.
You did a
That's
good
awesome.
job. That was
You did a great
impressive,
job.
actually. And you know, to me, I love the melodic cadence in their accent, but it's a hard one to imitate. To me, it is. It's difficult. So you did a good job.
I have I like it too. I like the sound of it. And a long time ago, I heard someone read from a Spanish rhyming.
Yes, Shar, you got
the doorbell is ringing. If I don't come back, call the police.
Okay.
Sure. You don't have to go to the doorbell though.
Yeah, Shar, you don't have to go.
It's ringing, ringing, ringing.
No, I don't like that.
I'm sure that is someone who
probably a delivery.
she's expecting. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop the recording here. We're going to know that she's protected.
Let's stay on for a minute though.
Yes. Let me just stop the recording.